All right, let's go ahead and we're not going to rate Obi-Wan.
We're just going to
do.
I'm kidding.
No, we're going to give our honest thoughts about it. Okay, first up, let's see. So we're going to be talking about episodes 4 through 6 briefly, quickly. Well, maybe not too quick. I do have some things to rant about. Episode 4 was pretty bad, and there's really not that much to really talk about that. So we're gonna speed through that shit. Just give me a second here. I'm just kind of deleting some images that we don't need in here anymore. You guys are awesome. Thanks again for hanging out. All right, so boom. Episode 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi plots a daring mission into enemy territory, a.k.a. the Scooby-Doo episode. Dun, 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 dun. And Obi-Wan easily sneaks into Empire's fortress, takes out some stormtroopers.
Leia out forces Reva.
Yes.
Obi-Wan hides Leia under his raincoat, and then they sneak out.
Yeah, this episode is worthless. Interrogation sequence with Reva trying to be evil, and little Leia basically using the Force to outforce Reva, even though Leia doesn't know anything about the Force.
Didn't we do this in episode 7?
Yes, we did this in episode 7. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of you guys remember the pilot that got shot down, and this pilot's like, no, and the show made a big deal about that pilot dying, and we're like, who the fuck was the pilot? We don't know, and we don't care. All right, and obviously nobody could take this seriously here. Unless this was supposed to be funny on purpose, I don't know, but we were laughing our asses off at this. But it's such a filler episode. It's a very throwaway episode. Was there anything else about this piece of shit episode that we can just move on?
No.
That other character bitch slapped stormtroopers, and that took them out. The stormtroopers are that weak now, I guess. And there was a badass stuntman.
Yeah, that was the same episode where your stuntman.
Yeah, David. I forgot his name. His first name's David. I know that sums it up. But he came in as one of the Imperial officers, and I saw a posting. Congratulations to him to getting more shine and getting out there. I would love to have him on the show one day and talk to him because he's legit badass. He's very talented. But he said that he was happy to be a part of the show, but he had a better, more planned out, cooler fight with the character that we don't give shit about that died, that the show tried to make us give a shit about, that people were like, oh, that character died, we don't even know her name. They had a really good fight set up between both of them before she takes him out. No, they were just like, no, fuck it, just have her do a little chop something, and then go in the next scene. They kind of threw that, it kind of wasted him, so that's kind of a negative for me. All right, enough of episode 4. Nobody gives a shit about that. All right, let's see here. All right, episode 5. All right. Obi-Wan plans his next move as the Empire closing in tries to draw him out. All right, so there's some good stuff in this episode. I really enjoyed this sequence right here. Between the little flashback between our boys here, Hayden doing a great job and Ewan doing a phenomenal job, and I love this scene because kind of seeing there for a second, Anakin was the stronger, more powerful guy right there, and he was talking shit. He was talking some shit to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan was disarmed even, and he still used his brain, his smarts, his experience, and won that little contest, and that was a great scene. So props to the show for giving us something positive. It does not last long, though. It does not last long. So now the big reveal here is we finally, after 4 episodes of bullshitting, we're finally finding out what Reva's pet peeve is with Obi can blow me. All right. And go ahead, take it away. I'm doing all the talking here. Go ahead, talk about that scene.
Well, I remember some other YouTuber had already suggested this. The scene in the, what was it, the first episode where you see Order 66 when Anakin is going around killing all the younglings, and you see a little black Padawan, a young black Padawan girl.
Right.
They had already speculated that was Reva. They already assumed that was Reva, and they were correct. That was Reva. She survived Order 66.
Yeah.
And she became an Inquisitor. And her whole beef this whole time as an Inquisitor, her whole beef and her whole goal was that she wanted revenge against Darth Vader because she knows who he is.
Yes.
And she's pissed at Obi-Wan because he let, because Anakin was his Padawan.
Right.
Obi-Wan, you know.
Where were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were getting slaughtered.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she's pissed at Obi-Wan, pissed at Vader, so she's going to get revenge. So she really intends to get revenge on Vader also. Which, from a story standpoint, we all know that can't happen. So your story is already null and void at this point. From a story standpoint, your story is null and void.
Right.
So your existence already is pointless.
Yeah, because we know she never gets revenge anyway.
So your anger and your vengeance against Obi-Wan, also null and void. So we already know that neither direction is going anywhere from a story standpoint. So you're already pointless.
Right.
This is what I'm thinking this whole time. So she's got Obi-Wan and the rebellion or whatever.
Yeah, Ice Cube's son.
Right.
Yeah.
Pinned in this hold, and they're trying to take off, but they can't because their ship's fucked up. Because Lola fucked up the ship because Lola's got reprogrammed and turned evil. Batteries not included. Bot got turned evil. Oh, batteries not included. That was a movie from the 1980s, by the way, for you Gen Zers who don't know what that is. Look it up. Google it. It was a cute little movie that nobody remembers. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is exactly what that is. You Google it. Anyway.
They won't Google it.
Anyway. And so they're trying to buy time, and Obi-Wan is like, look, I'll help you. I'll help you out. Just, he'll never see it coming because I'll be the bait or whatever, or something like that. I don't remember the exact conversation. And you're not sure if she's gonna help or not. And at one point, they leave. Well, no, they don't leave, but
no, she leads the charge.
She leads the charge. She
says fire and goes in and kills a whole bunch of innocent people.
So but she does eventually face off with.
Obi-Wan gives himself up.
But she does eventually face off with Vader
later. But once Obi-Wan gives himself up, they have dialogue really quick. Right. Hey, let's work together. Right. He's after, he'll be concentrated on me.
Right. Okay.
As I escape, because remember Obi escapes on the ship.
Right. That's right.
And he'll be concentrated on me, and then he's all yours.
Right.
That's basically what happened.
Okay.
Now, boom. I'm not gonna lie. This was an entertaining scene. Basically Vader, I enjoyed Vader, grabbing the ship. I was like, holy shit, ripping the doors off, basically just toying with her. She's totally out of his league. So I kind of had some fun with this scene. I'm not going to lie. But after running her through, she should have been dead. Okay? Qui-Gon got ran through, dead. All right? Old Obi-Wan got fucked up. Okay? People are getting ran through. Who else got stabbed and lived?
Everybody except for Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Oh, Sumo brought this up earlier. He says, why does Hayden look older than Obi-Wan? He said they should have de-aged him somehow.
Hard living.
Hard living. But it was great to see him. But I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed this. Her strategy was fucking terrible. It was so bad.
That's right. Her
strategy was so bad, though.
He stopped the ship, right?
He stopped the ship, ripped the doors off, but the little ship inside
because it was a cover.
Yes.
And then she snuck up behind him, make a big old fucking noise.
It was fucking horrible.
And then that's right. and then he punked her out, and then it
Which
like,
was
okay,
kind of fun seeing her punk.
right? Okay,
Um,
that's because this shows you how much I give a shit about this show.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was that. So she's still alive, and
Yeah.
now
She overheard, got information. She knows where Luke is.
did she read Obi-Wan's mind or something?
No, I think she got there. Somebody was telling Obi-Wan something. The kid is here, and something. I forgot how she got the information, guys. Maybe you can help us out. But here's the thing, guys. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to get into it doesn't matter a little bit later. Okay, here we go.
Okay, if she didn't read Obi-Wan's mind, how does she know that that's Luke Skywalker?
Somebody was transmitting info, and she heard it.
So how does she know that that's Luke Skywalker?
Well, I forgot how. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But she knows Luke is.
None of the show matters.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, she knows where Luke's is. All right.
Oh, the fake. Okay, that's right. There was that. That's right. The guy from Eternals. Yeah. He dropped that disc. That's right. I forgot.
Okay, there you go.
That disc that this camera made sure to zoom in on the ground.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. I forgot.
Okay. So, out of all the episodes we've seen so far, there was some cool stuff in this episode. I will admit that. All right, episode 6. Obi-Wan is drawn into a confrontation with Vader as Luke's fate hangs in the balance. Okay, let's talk about the good and the bad. All right, so y'all know the fanboy in me, right? You can see Obi-Wan fight Vader. You know I'm gonna kind of like that, right? This is the positives of. I will talk about the positives, and I will talk about the negatives of this fight. Okay, positives. I love the location. This is some old school martial arts samurai shit where two badasses, two masters go out in the middle of fucking nowhere and fight to the death. I really like the location. I thought that was actually pretty cool. All right, that's it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I enjoyed, for the most part, the fight choreography was well done. There was a lot of fan service there. I mean, Obi-Wan did his little pose, you know what I'm saying? He did his little flipping around and all that stuff. So for a lot of fans of the prequels, I'm sure they were jumping up and enjoying that. And it was cool seeing Vader kind of punking him, using the Force on him a little bit. And I believe I will save the last positive. The major positive I will save after I get the negative out of the way. There was some shaky cam, and I don't know why. It wasn't needed. The shaky cam wasn't so bad to the point where it didn't piss me off, but I did notice that it was there. And it wasn't needed. I don't know why. There was a couple of shots where the camera was like far away and you see them dueling, and yet the camera's doing this. Like, why are you doing that? Stop it. So it wasn't the shaky cam wasn't that bad enough to where Samurai Guy got pissed off. And I was like, fuck this fight, okay? But I did notice it. Another big negative about the fight is never cut away. Martial arts, action movie makers, okay? Filmmakers, badasses, very talented people that make movies. When you have your main battle, never fucking cut away. Never cut away from your finale. Stop doing that. And as soon as I was getting into it, I was like, oh shit, it's going down. Oh no, we got to see what the fucking Reva. We got to wrap up the Reva shit. The stuff we don't give a shit about. We don't care about the story. We don't care about this character. Well, no, let's interrupt the so-called rematch of the century. Let's just go over here. And what made me laugh was fucking Baru was packing heat.
Yeah.
Fucking Baru and Owen, right?
Yeah.
Was packing heat.
Yeah. See, and
was firing on her, and I'm like, why is this taking so long to disarm both of them? But yeah, go ahead.
My issue with Reva's whole
the writing's bad. The writing could have been told a lot better for that character.
Reva's motivations were fine.
Yeah.
But when you've only got 6 episodes to tell a story, and you've got Obi-Wan's story, with Leia's story, and then you've got this new character of Reva with
Right.
her own motivations.
Yeah.
There's just not enough time to tell a good enough story. So something should have been cut.
Yes.
Or
more focused on.
Something should have been lengthened.
Right.
So one thing needed to have been something had to give.
Yes.
And the problem with Reva is that by this point in the game, Reva was an inquisitor. Doesn't matter if she wanted revenge on Vader. She did a lot of bad things.
Yes.
She did a lot of bad things in the name of her vengeance.
Yes.
And like you had overheard somebody say, there were times where she was passing freeze-dried Jedi babies.
Well, it's as a joke. She's like going to her job every day.
Yeah.
She's probably walking by a whole bunch of pickled kids.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, or Jedi younglings.
Yeah, and
she yelled fire, let a whole troops in there, killed a whole bunch of innocent people.
Yes.
To even make it from the streets, the streets.
Yeah.
Word to your mother, to make it from that into be in an inquisitor group. You have to have done some fucked up shit.
Yes.
To get underneath, Vader's wing.
Yes.
You have done some fucked up shit.
Yes.
So with bad writing and with only 6 episodes.
Yes.
Oh, all of a sudden she's good now.
Yes. And because
fuck off, dude.
Because we are 10 years removed from Revenge of the Sith, and this particular storyline does not address what Darth Vader knows.
Sorry, I didn't need to press that. We'll get to that in a minute.
Darth Vader does not, this particular storyline.
Right.
Now, I'm not talking about canon in other universes. I'm not talking about canon in any other continuity, any other animated series, anything. This continuity never addresses what Darth Vader knows about his children. He doesn't, this story does not address if he knows that they're alive, if he knows that there are 2 of them, if he knows anything.
Right.
This story doesn't address jack shit. So how does Reva know that Luke Skywalker is, first of all, Anakin's son, first of all. Second of all, when she goes to kill Luke Skywalker out of vengeance or justice or whatever, what are her motivations for going to kill Luke?
I guess she's going to kill Luke to get back at Vader.
But how does she know he's going to give a shit? At this stage in the game,
that's true.
Does she know that he knows?
Yeah.
And if she knows that he knows,
he's already killed children.
Does he? Why would she think?
Why would he? Yeah. Why would she think she cared about Luke?
Because we don't even know if he knows at this stage in the game from a story. And I'm nitpicking. Fine, sue me. But I'm saying because we don't know from a viewer's perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be. I'm legitimately asking these questions because from a character perspective,
right?
We have no reason to give a shit about this story, and when you're interrupting a story that we do care about, and I'm asking these questions to these writers because you gave us this premise,
right?
You gave us this premise of Obi-Wan and Luke and Anakin facing off again, fucking up the timeline, fucking up the continuity between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. You did this. You gave us this. Right. So now you're forcing us to ask these questions because you've presented this. You presented us this as, here you go. This is what happened. Okay, well then I'm bouncing this back to you.
Right.
Why should we care?
Right.
Because now you've given us this new character of Reva that now you're saying you're threatening us with a spinoff of this character.
This spinoff is dead on arrival.
Who has now
dead on arrival?
Who has now interrupted this storyline between Anakin and Obi-Wan's new confrontation, going to kill Luke Skywalker, who we don't know if Anakin even knows about, for justice. And why would he care? Why would Anakin care? Does he know? We don't know. Yeah. Would he care? We don't know. So what is her motivation? We don't know. So why would we care, writers? I'm serious. Yeah. I'm being serious. So ultimately, why should I care? And now you have now interrupted a somewhat more interesting story with this character that I don't give a shit about. And I'm being serious.
And before you dropped all that knowledge, I at first thought that she was just trying to get back at Obi-Wan because she knew Obi-Wan cared for the boy. I thought that's what she was doing at first, but everyone's kind of going with your theory that she's still trying to get revenge on Vader. But it's still the same. It's still the same. Two different motivations. It's still bad. It's still bad writing for this character. Now we have seen movies and TV series where we are introduced to an antagonist, and through good writing, a series or movie series that takes its time to develop, and you can kind of go and root for this guy. He's like, hey, this person used to be the antagonist, but now he's searching for redemption or trying to do something right for a change. And in a way, we can kind of root for this character. We've seen it done right, but you can't do that in 6 episodes with all these other characters. And think about all the episodes they wasted with just like the 4th episode. They wasted time.
And that was only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You could have condensed down to a 10-minute rescue scene and devoted another 40 minutes to a story of substance, of something else.
Right.
You don't need a 30-minute rescue operation.
Yeah. Yeah.
A whole entire 30-minute episode of a rescue operation, and that's it.
And
that's filler.
Filler. Stop. We don't need, if you got 6 episode series, there should be no filler episodes. None. There should be none. But after this bullshit, so, I'm a good guy now. I'm not going to kill Luke. Yay. And you have Obi-Wan going, you're not like Vader because you made a choice. This all could have worked with better writing leading up to this. But think about it. The episode before that, she led a troop. She led a whole platoon that went in there and killed a whole bunch of innocent people. And the very next episode, I'm good. No, fuck you, you failed. All right, next. All right, so let's get to the best part of the fight. So, before we get to the best part of the fight, one more minor nitpick. I enjoyed the fight for what it was. I thought that we were going to get a callback to their encounter earlier. I thought something similar was going to happen. Meaning, Obi-Wan's getting his butt kicked, right? And he's just not as powerful force-wise as Vader is. So he uses his experience and he uses his smarts to overcome him. I thought something similar like that was going to happen. But no, he just thinks of Princess Leia. He's buried under rubble. He just thinks of Princess Leia, and then he's powered over 9,000 like that. He's got his force balls back, not blue balls. His force balls back, and he's just as powerful as Rey now from Rise of the Skywalker, and he can move blocks, and then he just beats the shit out of Vader after that. So again, visually it's fun to watch, right? People using force powers. Visually it's fun to watch, but I kind of thought, that this scene was kind of important, and the end finale fight would kind of be similar in a way. I thought that was going to happen, but they were like, no, you waited 6 episodes for this. You're going to fucking get it now. And he fucks up Vader. He cuts his helmet open. And I like how they did the voice back and forth when Hayden was talking to him, and he's kind of damaged, and you hear a mixture of Anakin's voice and James Earl Jones' Vader voice. Mm-hmm. I thought that was cool. So now the best part of the fight. This line, this directing, and this scene was fucking 5 out of 5 stars.
Kind of made up for that cringy "I hate you" scream from Revenge of the Sith, but anyway.
This was phenomenal. So he fucks up Vader. We have this really good dialogue. His helmet. We have this really good dialogue. Apparently, this happened on Rebels, I'm told. I guess Ahsoka did the exact same thing on the Rebels animated series, and you see Anakin's eye through there, which I still need to watch that show. You guys recommended that to me. I got to check it out. But Hayden's performance here, really good. Really good. And, you know, Ewan's performance, fucking fantastic. And they had this dialogue between each other. And go ahead and talk about the best line. The best line.
It basically boiled down to Anakin just looking at him and was like, what was it? You didn't kill me, I killed me.
Yeah, you didn't kill Anakin.
Yeah.
I killed Anakin.
Yeah.
That is fucking gangster.
Yeah.
That is fucking evil as shit. That is phenomenal. Now imagine that exact same dialogue and sequence in a really good show.
Yeah.
Imagine that. We would have had Star Wars boners at this point. But we're here, like I said, we're here to talk about the negative and the positive. But that was one of the major positives. But another negative is just like episode 3, Obi-Wan has the high ground, and he walks away and doesn't finish him off. Again. He should finish. He can finish him off. No, I'm just gonna leave him there. I'm gonna walk away. It's all good. It's all good. I know they couldn't do it. I know, because episode 4. I get it. I got it. But we're gonna get into it. Doesn't matter in a minute. So Luke shows up. So it goes. I mean, not Luke. Obi-Wan shows up at the end and he goes, "Hello there," just like all the Obi-Wan moments, the classic Obi-Wan moments, and gives Luke. He meets Luke. And gives him a toy or whatever. He meets Luke. So Luke is that fucking dumb. Luke is that fucking stupid.
He doesn't know his name.
Oh, he
doesn't say his name.
Oh, just look at her. Always a way out. Huh?
What?
Always a way out.
What? Disney. Disney.
He was chased by a lady.
There's always a way out. Disney.
Yeah, there you go. Disney. There's always a way out. He was chased by a lady with a lightsaber. But you know, when he sees the lightsaber in episode 4, it's like, oh, I've never seen this. It doesn't matter.
Hey, it's like Leia. I had a whole adventure with Obi-Wan Kenobi when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch him die when I'm 20 and not give a fuck.
It doesn't matter.
There's always a way.
There's always a way out. All right. So you know what? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. It was nice seeing Qui-Gon. It was more nice seeing Liam Neeson. It was nice seeing Liam. It was nice to see him. Again, a fun moment that could have been an amazing, great moment if we had a better show. Right? Yeah. All right. Anything else before I go into my timeline?
No, there were Did you want to talk about the quote?
The quote?
That somebody, either Deborah Chow said this show was going to be akin to.
Oh, I did not know this. I had no idea this was a thing. So when I found this out the other day, I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Again, there's a lot of people that love this show. They were happy. They were crying at the end. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you guys got enjoyment. We don't want you guys to not enjoy yourselves. We're giving our own opinion on our own goddamn channel. That's the kind of the point of it. We have to be honest. You want us to be fake and love everything, right? But I didn't know this. Go ahead.
I thought it was, you heard Kathleen Kennedy. I thought it was Deborah Chow, the director of the series, was basically saying that, the show is basically going to be akin to somewhere along the lines of a cross between Joker and Logan.
Joker and Logan.
Which, no.
What?
No, honey. No.
What?
No. I guess because Logan had a little girl with him.
Okay, but Joker, I guess origin story. Look,
Bob Odinson, you are correct. You are correct. I will never shit on the people who like stuff like this. We will never do that.
No, we never punch down.
That's not what we do here.
We don't punch down.
That because you know what? That's trashy. That's trashy to do shit like that.
People need to stop doing that.
If you love Avatar, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Bob says that quote is insane. Yeah, it's insane. So here we go, guys. I have a theory, and I want to know your opinion. Even those that are watching after this is live, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this theory. I don't know if I can think this way, but I don't know if this will help. If you guys are loving, here's the thing, we don't hate everything Disney, Star Wars. We love Rogue One. We will defend Rogue One till the end. Okay? We love Mandalorian season 1 and 2. Loved it. Raved about it. Tried to get other people to watch. However, the Marvel shows have just given us, every Marvel show after WandaVision has given, I always say it gives me blue balls, but it gives us potential and then disappointment. Next show, potential, disappointment. Potential, some good scenes here and there, disappointment. Potential, those 2 episodes were awesome. Those 2 episodes of the 6-episode show was awesome, so that should work, right? You got what you wanted. No. This needs to stop, okay? And so after Boba shit and fucking, it had 2 good episodes in it, didn't it, right? But overall, it was disappointing. And unfortunately with this, by default, 5 and 6 are the best episodes by default. But it's not enough. It's not enough to save the show for us. Stop these 6-episode shows that with filler in it, okay? And Gravy's just chilling on my back there. But if you guys love everything Disney Star Wars,
good jump.
If you love everything Disney Star Wars and you're like, dude, Boba Fett was fucking great. Obi-Wan, fucking dope. Sauce. Okay?
Sauce.
This will not pertain to you. What I'm about, this theory, I'm going to throw at you, this idea. These are for the people that are struggling with Disney Star Wars right now. So this is what I'm going to give you guys right here. Okay? So if you're struggling right now, this may or may not work for you. For us, probably not. But for you, I'm gonna just throw this out there. Hail Mary. All right. Disney Star Wars movies and shows, nothing matters. Continuity doesn't exist. They're doing their own thing with the legacy characters. They're creating their own adventure, their own world, and there's no connection, there's no continuity to the older movies. I'll give you an example. Star Trek, all right? When J.J. Abrams took over, his series of movies were under the Kelvin timeline, to the point where that's what they call it. So it's not canon to the original series. There's no continuity to the original series. This is its own thing, doing its own thing with the legacy characters. They even have this on the 4K box sets now. They highlight the Kelvin timeline now. Mm-hmm. So, moving forward, those of you that are struggling struggling with Disney era Star Wars in general, can you guys look at these properties, all of these properties, as the Kelvin timeline of Star Wars, where nothing matters, continuity does not exist, and Disney Star Wars Kelvin timeline era of movies and shows are doing their own thing with the legacy characters, and there you go. Does that help? For us, it does not. We're kind of done. We're kind of checked out. But for those of you that are having issues with the Disney era Star Wars, not including The Mandalorian, okay, can you view all of these shows? Because that's what's going to keep happening. We're going to get more shows, we're going to get more movies, and they're going to fuck it up. They're going to fuck up the continuity. It's not going to make sense. And it's not going to matter. Right? So can you look at Disney era Star Wars as the Kelvin timeline? I want you guys to let me know in chat and let me know in the comments, because some people might be completely fine with that. You're like, yeah, Disney's doing their own thing. They're telling their own stories, brand new adventures with the legacy characters, and they're doing whatever they want, and they're making fun content. So you guys may be perfectly fine with Disney era. I'm going to call it Kelvin timeline content. So I don't know if that helps you. It may not. It doesn't help us. We're still annoyed, as if you can't tell right now. So I want to know what you guys think. So let me go over here to chat right now. Let's see here. Let's see. I just finished Obi-Wan. Pointless story. Disney has a strange infatuation with trying to push their characters all the while crapping on the legacy characters. There you go. There you go. Disney Star Wars, not my canon. There you go. All right. Sumo. Sumo thinks Jar Jar Binks should have been on the show. I'm kind of surprised Jar Jar Binks hasn't showed up anywhere. Let's see. I say, I keep getting this weird feeling that they're going to remake 4, 5, and 6 completely. Oh God, I will laugh hysterically at that. Severio says, I do agree with you on that. As much as I've enjoyed these shows, they need to give us more episodes. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if looking at this Disney era of content as a Kelvin timeline, I don't know if that helps you. It may not. And believe it or not, even though she's saying don't do it, she's saying don't do it. Again, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I won't watch Andor. And the only reason I'm interested in Andor is because there's no legacy characters in it. Okay. And this is an era where we get to see the beginnings of the rebellion. So we're getting kind of new characters we're looking at, and a story we not necessarily have seen in live action. So fingers crossed that Andor will be a good story, man. That's all we want. We know the production value is going to be there. We know there's probably going to have some cool action scenes, okay? But we want a good story. We want memorable characters, Stop forcing characters like Reva on us with bad writing. With good writing, I guarantee you Reva would have been an awesome fucking character, right? And we could go on, we can watch her adventures moving forward. Will we watch her adventures moving forward now? Probably not. Probably not. But I don't know. I'm not going to rush I'm not going to go out and rush out of my way to watch Andor when it comes out. But I have my fingers crossed for it because, again, there's no legacy characters in it. So we got a shot at something special, I hope. But with all these blue balls track record of failure, at least for us, everybody loves the Marvel shows. They love it, okay? Yeah. It's no RRR, which is fucking amazing. I'm just kidding. We love RRR. But yeah. All right. So let us know in the comments below. We're not ending the video, but let us know in the comments below what you guys think of the Kelvin timeline Disney era for Star Wars. Does that help you get through it? Let us know. All right. Enough of that. Overall, do you prefer Obi-Wan over Book of Boba Fett?
Oh God!
Well, I know they have those 2 special Mandalorian episodes.
That's the problem. Is at least God.
Right? It's like which shit smells the least.
you have to watch. You have to watch the last 2 episodes of Boba Fett. Yeah. To get into the 3rd season of Mandalorian.
Yeah. Right.
You don't have to watch Obi-Wan for anything.
I wonder if you could just skip to episode 5 and 6 and call it a day for Obi-Wan.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could just skip.
You don't even have to watch, but you don't have to watch Obi-Wan for anything.
That's true.
You know what?
That's true.
A lot of people like this.
Oh, it was fun seeing Sidious for a little bit. That was fun.
Some people like the relationship with Obi-Wan and Leia, and I can see why. But honestly, I think it adds absolutely nothing to anything, because if you go back and watch New Hope, and granted, A New Hope is my least favorite.
It's my least favorite too.
It's my least go-to of the 3 original.
Yeah, I love the movie, but not as much as the other 2.
It's just not my favorite. Mm-hmm. There is absolutely no connection between Leia and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
She sends him the hologram. She says, "You served my father in the Clone Wars. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope."
Yeah.
When he dies, there is nothing.
Yeah.
She consoles Luke, who is more distraught over Obi-Wan's death, whom he had just met like a day ago.
Right.
And trained for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Skywalker is more upset over Obi-Wan Kenobi's death than Princess Leia. And don't give me that shit about, oh, well, she's a princess. She's a this and that and this and that. She barely even shed a tear over her fucking planet dying because she's a this and that and this. Don't give me that shit.
Yeah.
Don't give me that. Just don't.
It's almost like there was moments where it was so try hard too. Like, we randomly found your mother's blaster holder. Randomly somewhere we found it, and now I'm giving it to you. And at the end, Leia's holding her mom's blaster holder, and I'm like, there's some people out there that says, compared to Leia in the trilogy and the original trilogy, and compared to Leia on this show, they're making Leia a Mary Sue, and she was not. Princess Leia is an iconic character. Princess Leia is a great character because when you first meet her, she's kind of a snob. She's kind of a bitch a little bit when you first meet her. And then when you get to know her a little bit, you're like, oh shit, she knows how to fight back. She's a blaster. She's kind of a badass, but she fails along the way, but she's a great character. She's not, I know how to do everything technically. I can outforce someone else, even though I don't know anything about the Force. And I'm just a badass. I'm great at everything. And some people are saying that. I'm not personally saying that Leia on this show is a Mary Sue, but some people have an argument for it. But then again, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's the Kelvin timeline of Star Wars.
And that's why I'm saying there were parts of Obi-Wan that I was, and don't get me, I was actually really looking forward to the show. Everybody was. By my own mistake. That was my mistake. I was looking forward to this fucking show because ever since Rogue One came out, and Jimmy Smits came in.
Oh, hold on. We have a correction. Hold on.
What?
Bob says that was the Imperial Girls holster. The girl that died, the girl we didn't give a shit about.
Okay.
Still stupid. I thought that was... I don't know why I thought he said it was his mother.
It matters.
Her mother's holster. I thought he said it was his mom. Her mom. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It's even worse.
Matters even less.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that, Bob.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
So ever since Rogue One came out and Jimmy Smith showed up, his character from the prequels.
Yeah.
I was actually really happy about that, even though at the time we were still on the high that was Episode 7. Because we didn't know that the dark times were about to come. And we were still kind of bitter about the prequels at the time.
Right.
And we didn't know how bad the Disney trilogy was going to get. And, but I was, when Jimmy Smith showed up in Rogue One, I was like, you know what? If you can salvage anything from those prequels, anything, I would actually be really okay with that. If you could bring back Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, I'd be really happy about that. Even if you could bring back Anakin and Hayden Christensen, even though I didn't like him as just because his dialogue was cringe.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
I was always really okay with the idea of salvaging anything from those films. Like I was never okay with the look of the films. The movies themselves, to me, they had this really ugly early to mid 2000s. I know the first one came out in 99, but early to mid 2000s, just this ugly CGI. Everything was heavily CGI. I hated the way the movies looked. There was just this clean, pristine aesthetic to them that I never liked.
Yeah, a lot of it looked fake.
Yeah, I just never liked the way the movies looked. Yeah. But then, after the Disney trilogy came out, in hindsight, you come to look at it and it's like, oh my God, those movies actually had a clear vision as opposed to this. And it's like, oh my God, you never knew. You never knew. Who the fuck knew? And so when Obi-Wan series was like, oh my God, this could be a thing. We could actually start taking bits of the prequels and actually salvaging something. And then, oh my God, Hayden Christensen. I was actually like, hey, some shit can come out of this, Hey,
I was a little excited. Yeah.
And then, in comes Jimmy Smits and in comes fucking Owen.
Yeah, my boy. God damn it. The actor that played Owen
yes.
in the prequels.
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy.
The guy.
The really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good actor.
Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton.
And, you know, even the chick, the Brew, the same actress, you know, all these people came back and it was like, oh my God, you know, these people are coming back. And it's like, this is crazy. You know, the continuity's there and people are, you know, it's like, this is nice.
Yeah.
They're actually giving a shit and everybody's still, you know, coming to play. I was actually excited, like a moron. I was excited, even though the sting of the Disney prequel, the Disney trilogies were still there in my mind. And even though Boba Fett had just happened and it was still there in my mind, but I was thinking, but it's Obi-Wan. How can you fuck up an Obi-Wan?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Your only help. Come on, Obi-Wan. You're the one. You're the one.
You know, I was thinking, how could you fuck this up like a moron? Like a moron, I was thinking. How could you? And by God, you know.
We expected a more personal journey and story with the character. And we thought with the first episode, half of the first episode, we thought that's what we were going to get. We were not expecting, when we finally get an Obi-Wan Kenobi show, that it was literally going to be the adventures of Princess Leia until the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It's not what we wanted.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there they love the show. And I'm glad you guys love it. One more nitpick to make you guys mad at me. Even though I enjoyed the end fight, despite the shaky cam and Obi-Wan just powering up out of nowhere, I still visually, I like the fight choreography. I enjoyed it for the most part. I like the fight. Gonna get a lot of flack for this, but do you guys remember this? I gotta share it so you guys can see what I see. Do you guys remember this? Star Wars SE-38 reimagined. I hate to say this, but I enjoyed this Obi-Wan Kenobi, this Redux Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader fight a lot more. I enjoyed this a lot more. And this was some small team that put this amazing fight together. I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you've never seen this, that's what it looks like. That's the title of the video. Look it up on YouTube. And this is like 2 years old. And this is fucking great. This fight kind of beats the fight in episode 6. But I just wanted to point that out. I don't want people to forget things that are Star Wars, but they're actually badass and very well done. So let's get back to it. But yeah, I kind of like that more. But enough of Obi-Wan. Let's go ahead and move it along here.